Do have a little season release live stream as a treat. Good evening, folks. The season rolled over and I was feeling like building some with the new card here. We'll try a couple of different shells, I think. And if you're excited to brew with it as well, make sure you tap that like button. Let me know that you're excited to be here. Appreciate everybody that's popping in for an extra late night stream. Season rolled over about 30 minutes ago. I have titled our deck Nick's Jet Jet, because Quinjet and Nick Fury are a match made in heaven here. We just like working on a Moon Girl collector shell, I think. Seems like the best place to start. I think Brian and Don. Obviously magic, maybe. It's a Devil Dino Moon Girl angle. Was a method of getting Nick Fury. So Nick Fury was the season pass card this month that rolls over each month. So we don't know what card acquisition would look like outside of the $10 monthly season pass. But every month there's a $10 pass that comes with a guaranteed new card, in this case Nick Fury, as well as a bunch of variants and other things that you get with that $10. I think that's a pretty fair and reasonable price, all things considered. Want to try for Jubilee? Maybe. I think our average curve is probably gonna be a little bit too low for that. Table. Type it right. Yeah, Agent 13 is great. Well, yeah, so Nick enables a few things in here, right? He's going to add a bunch of random 6-cost cards to our hand. Because we're just firing up, chat. We're building our first deck now. Oh, you know what? Wave is probably good here, right? She could be a disruptive card, and then if we wave on... If we wave out Nick on 4... and we have a Quinjet in play already, we can play Nick's 6-drops on 5 and 6. We could also wave on 3, Nick on 4, Magic on 5, 6-drop on 6, 7. There was no client patch with the update, there's no update tonight. The cards were already in the game along with the season pass. Ben Brode had hinted on the Discord channel to expect a patch sometime in the next couple of weeks. So no balance change or anything other than Nick Fury being added to the game tonight. Do I want Mystique? I do have Iron Man and Devil Dino. I don't know if I want Mystique as well. I don't know that I have room for Mystique. I feel like I'd have to give up Magic to fit Mystique in, and I don't know that that's a worthwhile exchange. So I like give up Magic or Angela. And Moon Girl's already kind of extra copies of Iron Man and Devil Dino in a way. Let's start here and see how it goes. We're a little brewing, we're not locked into anything. Let's just get playing some games here. I give up Moon Girl? Moon Girl's so good with, like, Collector and Dino, though. There's room in hand for Moon Girl? Yeah, almost assuredly. A lot of the time, I think. We'll see. Maybe that's not true, but off the cuff, Moon Girl has been very good in variations of this archetype in the past. Well, so Wave is one of the few ways you can cast multiple 6-drops off of Mr. Fury. So I think Wave has value in this deck as a way to do that. There's gonna be a lot of Quinjets this evening, I would wager, because it's the most obvious thing to play with Mr. Fury. Insert Spider-Man meme here. Alright, let's get destroyed here. Flynn? Okay, sweet. So, we're not locked in here now, which is nice. So I could Moon Girl into running Iron Men here, I think is the line. And then we could technically like Quinjet Devil Dino here. And then next turn I could play a bunch of these out for like extra power and stats. A little bit worse than Iron Man on the right, but I probably don't need an Iron Man on the right. I could also Devil Dino left to just potentially play for all 3 locations. I don't hate that actually. Let's do this. Oh, this Dino would be cheaper after it. Yeah, but I don't think I'm playing the Dino this turn, right? So you're correct that this one would have been cheaper, but it's also just not relevant. So if I play this here, we end up with 4, 12, 24 here in the middle. So we'll play Agent 13 as well there to win, and then we'll Sentinel right. And then we're going to add 1, 2 cards back to our hand, so we'll still be 10 on the Devil Dino here. And I'm going to be 8, 11 on the right. I kick it up to 8 and ship it. I don't think they're I would bet they don't think I could beat them in the ruins. Alright, yeah, so we win the runes with our Iron Man, and then we win left with the Double Dino. Solid start to the night. Yeah, they just thought that we're gonna be able to catch up mid. They were gonna solidly win right. 8 cubes to start off our ladder grind from 50. Fury ranking up, evening zoinks.
Frame break.
Thanks to the 15 people that found their way to the like button as well for our impromptu evening stream. Got almost 100 people in here already. Maybe this will just be a thing that we do every month when the season rolls over. We'll fire up for a real late stream. Play for 2 or 3 hours. Could be fun. New cards are always exciting. All right, Fran, your bot cubes are mine. I'm coming for them. Ongoing effects are disabled here. Whoa, it's not a bot, chat. It's a real person with a bot name. I will not play my ongoing effects into Isle of Silence. I will not play my ongoing effects into Isle of Silence. I will not play my ongoing effects into Isle of Silence. How did I get Nick Fury? I slipped Ben Brode a $10 bill, crisp $10 bill, and he gave me a Nick Fury in exchange. It's a good system, really. Oh, Mr. Fury can generate a Galactus. That's true. Wave into the Isle of Silence. Our hand's gonna refresh here next turn. We could have Mr. Fury potentially. Insert Spider-Man meme here. There's Mr. Fury. Play him out to the right here. He's gonna generate us 3 random 6 drops. All of whom will only cost 5, thanks to our friend the Quinjet. Is there a replacement for Wave in this deck? Maybe Psylocke? Yeah, Psylocke could be a worse version of Wave.
Still a little late.
That's such a great animation. It lets Quinjet get there ahead of curve, which is really what you're looking for. Okay, so
Get out of here.
Giganto left. Get that locked up. And then we just leader left, right? And we should be good to go. I'm gonna snap on the leader left. Yep, you'll copy anything they play. It's the theme of our deck. We're built around Mr. Fury, trying to leverage his ability to generate extra cards for us. Make your opponent retreat. Nailed it. Let the credits roll, Chip. I don't know that I like this altar. I think I like the base art better. Evening to everybody coming on in. The season pass has rolled over in Marvel Snap, and Nick Fury is upon us, bringing his righteous anger and 6 drops to all of us at home. If you enjoy the idea of late night season rollover live streams here, make sure you tap the like button to let me know. Maybe we'll make this a regular thing each month. Love to draw some of the cards from your deck, friendo. See what we get with these. Alright, well, Quinjet into Sentinel in Nidavellir sounds quite great. I think it might be a good enough to snap angle chip. Notice that nothing so far. We're all the way down at rank 50. We gotta climb these cubes back up. Yes, the seasons are about a month long. I think this last one might have been a touch longer the way the weeks lined up, but they're about a month. Lockjaw, eh? A Jubilee before Ice Sentinels. This way, if Jubilee flips into Mr. Fury, we can have a bunch of 6-drops in our hand. The cards Mr. Fury generates are fully random.
Believe in heroes.
Haha! Black Widow this. And is that play magic angle? I honestly can't tell. I'll play Onslaught and chill for now. Magic left and see what they do. They have us locked down on the right. It feels like we're a bit behind. Just do this and hope for the best. Hope they can't beat 9 in the middle. Ooh, that's a big one. Only plus 12 here. Oh, 14. Sorry, it was plus 2 from the Wakandan Embassy. Actually close. The reward for being infinite this season is legit. Did they change it? Or is it just a avatar that you like? Oh, it's a card back. I like that. I think card back's a better reward than avatar. Feel like you're more likely to be able to swap between things. All right, well, with the collector pulled here, definitely want to get that down before we start doing things like agent add cards to a hand. Well, so we're playing these to the left. I could play to the right, but playing cards to a face-down location like this isn't necessarily ideal. Angela is a great bit of RNG here for us. No place for them again. Just like pouring energy into the sunspot. Does the expansion break for us here? Iceman, not the greatest. Doctor Strange. Works out okay for us. We just kind of punt the right now. On Darkly, yeah. I'm making a point to do some evening streams here and there, and I was thinking about trying to build some different things with Nick, and figured might as well fire up for a bit. Oh, we're gonna go super long. We've got 150 people in here already, though. If that remains to be the case, we'll go for a couple hours, I think.
I am Iron Man.
The folks who are making Marvel Snap have said on multiple occasions that everything that is available inside of the closed beta will be available to folks who did not play in the closed beta after the fact. None of these rewards are one and done. We're thinking about doing a free-to-play account or playthrough. No, that type of content is incredibly unpopular in my experience. It's the type of content people always say that they're interested in, but then when push comes to shove, nobody ever actually wants to watch it. All right, so if we cable into Moon Girl, we'll add 4 cards to our hand, make this bigger, and we'll have 2 Devil Dinos next turn, one of which will be cheaper. Oh, are they about to get rid of Limbo here? They can't be, right? 'Cause that would be good for us. Oh, they're just taking our Iron Man, sure.
Iron Man. I am Iron Man.
Yeah, that probably gets us right. We're just never gonna win center without Iron Man.
Escaped.
At some point when we get closer to Marvel Snap's release, I think I'm gonna make a point to refresh a couple of my starter series decks. Once they've done a couple more balance passes, they're less likely to be rendered irrelevant right away. But I think building pool 1 and pool 2 only decks is far more interesting and useful for folks than trying to do like completely free to play. We got a new season pass. That's how Nick is here. God, the cheating bots are such a rancid experience to play against. Just absolutely dog trash. Black Panther is not currently a collectible card in Marvel Snap, no. Guess I'll drop Devil Dino to the right. Card mechanic, what I like to see in Snap. I don't really know that a lot of traditional card mechanics translate super directly or usefully into Marvel Snap. So I know if that's a super interesting or useful question to think about. Well, our Devil Dino is gonna end being 14. I'm gonna try and farm. Or did I stab too late? I think I stabbed too late.
Avengers! Assemble.
probably a win, right? Yeah, it's not really a mechanic from a different card game, though, right?
Victory.
Iron Man is very good in an inflator. You are not wrong. Yeah, I think working within the design space of Snap, cards that screw with who gets priority when would be nice to see. And a silence reset style of effect where you like wipe all modifiers and bonuses off of a card, I think would be good. Ben Brode said up to a month. I thought he said a couple of weeks. Do you have a link to the direct quote saying up to a month? A shout out to the 70 people that have tapped the like button so far. We got 150 people in here. If you're enjoying a release night season pass stream, make sure you do that to let me know. I think we're just Angelaing first. Definitely playing into Murray Isle either way. Hey, Revark. Thanks for joining as a brand new member. Making content stuff is my full-time job here, and I would love to justify doing more Snap, and memberships like that here on the Snap channel help me be able to do that. So thank you. Play our Widow's Bite into Murray Isle and just make it bigger here. Yes. Cosmo cancels on reveal effects. Devil Dino into Clintar, but we do kind of need a way to get more cards into our hand here. Polaris is pretty punishing. Need to try and win left and right now. I suppose Magic gives me more chance to fill my hand for the Clintar angle. I want a Magic. I don't know if I want a Magic Clintar or Shadowland. I think it's Shadowland. Eshed. We are really bad at drawing Mr. Fury. That's true. We have not been great at it so far. Down so much power on the right. Moon Girl. No Wave, or no Moon Girl, no Nick Fury. Fury would have been good here too, right? We could have put Fury here, and it would have been us +3. We could have put Cable here, and then it would have given this +4. So I guess we still would have been one short in the middle, huh? But definitely retreating without Moon Girl or Mr. Fury.
Escaped.
I'm also not super surprised that it's going to take them a little bit to get their next patch out, because I would wager whatever their next patch is going to be is probably going to involve whatever their next card acquisition model attempt is going to be. And I assume that it's not a small amount of work to roll that out. Let's infinite split my Iron Man again here, huh? And see where we end up at. absolute worst possible split. I'm so unlucky, chat. I only have one gold border or one gold back split. It's definitely the best split. Hey, evening, Alice. Do we agent on one with collector as a follow-up? I don't think so. I think I'm gonna collector into sentinel agent on 3. Ooh, a piece of candy. I think Nick Fury will be good. Probably a shell similar to this with Quinjet and friends in it. It's also possible Nick's just like okay in a mid-range shell. Yeah, I wish I could play this out, but then that would trigger their mojo, which would not be good for us. Oh, shiggity Shrek to get wrecked, shit. Biggest of oofs here for us. We're still ahead though, right? It's like we're about to play all these out here. These are gonna make Collector a little bit bigger, so they need to keep putting energy into Sunspot. And I can Iron Man middle and then Sentinel right next turn to make her even bigger. And make Collector a little bit bigger yet again. Yeah, the Cosmo is kind of cursed for us, and having priority there was rough. It's another rock among friends shit, really.
Opponent snapped.
Ha, we're only going to 16 in the middle. They have one card left. We could lose this. I'm gonna stay in.
I am Iron Man.
I think Sunspot's gonna crank up on the left here. They didn't play anything, right? Should last card be Infinite? Just Chavez. That's good for us. Got it.
Victory.
Mr. Fury gets himself a blue border. Maybe now that we've given Mr. Fury a blue border, he'll start showing up in our hand a little bit, huh?
3D.
So far, we're just getting a reminder that the Quinjet Collector deck is pretty reasonable. Yeah, the A-Cube pickups are the solid start to the beginning of the season. He is, chat. See, we just gave him a little blue border. Big Daddy's got our number. Hey, thanks for your extra dollar, Weens. Appreciate you. I had to figure out some sweet channel badges that are Snap and Pokemon specific for these channels. Now that we've got some members on them. Well, I mean, if we're being blunt, almost every time you lose 8 cubes, you really messed up. Yeah, I get to choose what the memberships are called, Marty. It's basically here, have $1. I use ad blocker on your videos.
Who they dig up this time?
Is taking an extra turn beneficial? Honestly, that's why I did the 99 cents, chalk it up to 1 for guilt. Yeah, that is exactly why it's named what it's named. My Magneto left and like pull Bishop and Nikki over, then we probably win these two, honestly. Might even win left. Heimdallman is hot. That seems more cheeky than good. I think I want just Magneto here. The fact that the cards Nick generates use Nick's rarity level really incentivizes me to upgrade my Nick Fury to the max. Ooh, we needed to win left and right, chat. We needed to win left and right. Mr. Chi had our number in the middle. What's my plan with my YouTube streams? Anytime I am live streaming and it doesn't involve Magic the Gathering, if I'm purely doing one of my secondary games like Marvel Snap or Pokemon Unite, I'll be doing those on YouTube moving forward. With the small asterisk for exceptions, like when I was on the front page of Twitch this morning. I think our hand's a turn 1 snap. I don't know. I don't really have any of our payoffs, right? Like, I've got Quinjet, and I've got a couple of cards that make things, like maybe Moon Girl makes the hand slightly better. So we go... I wonder if this deck's supposed to be playing Hood. There's a real chance that Hood should just be in our deck, huh? Hey, thanks for becoming a member, Alice. By the way, too, for our new channel members, if... Oh, my brain is mush, chat. For new channel members, make sure to link your YouTube account to your Discord account, and you get access to my supporter-only Discord server with any level of membership. Appreciate the folks that support. Right, they got our friend into the danger room without losing it. So if I Moon Girl now, I get a copy of my 0-mana demon, which seems great. We'll fill our hand for next turn, but I'll get an extra wave and an extra demon, which seems lovely.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Uh-huh. Just magic and pass, right? Yeah, I mean, we could play ways to get rid of Hood, but the question is, like, is it worth it if I don't have any? And that's a good point. Probably not. I saw you soloing a bit, Maddie. I looked at your record. It was looking a little rough. Professor Cheese down to the right. We're probably dead here because of the way the Hood gummed us up. The Juggernaut was so good too. The fact that they kicked all of our cards out of this location and like filled this other board spot, and then Spider-Man lined up well as well. Bonus Disruption was really good and meaningful this game. Oh, they're a destroyer deck. Torched.
Escaped.
Infinity Split on our collector.
Infinity.
I think it seems like the Marvel Snap designers have explicitly shied away from making you make choices when you play cards out to speed up the rate of gameplay. I think the closest thing we'll see to allowing choices are cards like, what's the 4-drop who, if you play her center, she reshuffles your hand, but if you play her left or right, she doesn't do anything? I think that's the type of make choices we're gonna see. Yeah, Crystal. I think that's the, moving forward, that's the type of make choices we should expect. You get different effects if you play a card center, left, or right. It's a roundabout way to add choices into the game without making you, like, do extra UI prompts, if that makes sense. Yeah, Quake does that too. Good shout. Well, that's cute. Into the Angela path.
Squad still a little light.
His hand's not even that good. On a Devil Dino here.
Who they dig up this time?
Mr. Stark winning the tower for us sounds like a good plan.
I am Iron Man.
What did they play here that they kept playing in this location? They have an Iron Man of their own?
All systems go.
Anybody got a towel? They definitely just got rinsed off.
Escaped.
Are there any physical card games that have the depth of Snap? Not any that have really survived. There really aren't that many paper card games that last particularly long. They all go the way of the dodo for one reason or another. Can I not? Is it bugged? Can I not get at my rewards? I keep clicking here and it's not do like a okay, there we go. Weird. Just like wasn't popping up the bottom. Yeah, Galactus and Thanos are both cards in the pool for random generation. They are not collectible cards, though. You cannot pull them and put them into actual decks. A spot did take my wife's name, Jim. I mean, Thanos will definitely be a collectible card at some point, Jet. Not particularly close. It will definitely be coming. Huh. Can we make use of Khazar here? I almost think we can, right? Instead of saying, why not make use of cloning labs, you have a Quinjet. Say, Jeff, I'd play this card to cloning labs, and this is why. Take a minute and explain yourself and help me understand your thought process instead of just expecting me to say your card suggestion is bad and you should feel bad. Help me understand what you're trying to convey and why. I would much rather you make a case for why your suggestion is good rather than expect me to take your suggestion and shoot it down as bad.
I am Iron Man.
We're just playing our hand out here, right? Iron Man, the left should lock this up, and then the third Iron Man probably locks mid.
Iron Man.
Okay, we'll snap the bot. What's the difference between a living card game and a TCG? A living card game, you just buy all of the cards in a box set. There's no random booster packs. It's the core difference. Generally speaking, living card games tend to die off rather quickly because it's hard to make a living card game. It's hard for a living card game model to be profitable enough under capitalism to sustain, compared to the TCG model where you get to fleece people with random card packs constantly. D9A. Opponent is something of a patriot, methinks, chat. Shiggity shreked, get wrecked. Stamp is kind of unique in the card game model space that it occupies. Oh wait, the Bifrost is gonna slide these over here too, right? So my Quinjet's coming over, so I can only make one play next turn. It's a little sad. Alright, so we're super dead. Maybe? Maybe we're super dead? So unfortunately, there's no way for me to get Iron Man and Devil Dino down to the left. This is why Magic is great, chat, because she saves you cubes. It's actually why she's the best card you could put in every Marvel Snap deck. Because even when she doesn't win you the game, she makes it easier to climb the ladder. Actually just correct. Honestly, card games and games like Marvel Strike Force have a lot of overlap in strategy, I think. The team building in gacha style games like Marvel Strike Force has a lot of similarities to deck building. Card games just have a little bit more active how you play them out in comparison, as opposed to being an auto battler. I think this is Agent 13 after we collect her angle. Okay, we didn't discard Iron Man or Moon Girl there. I think I snap on that. On that exchange. Opponent with Punisher here could be playing the negative Sarah deck that's been popular. Yep. Confirmed. They've been playing a lot of it with that split. Gold background and everything. There's a good chance we lose this. We'll see. I feel like I need to play another Iron Man mid because it feels like they could go after that there. About to get magicked. This could be a magic in the middle. Oh, magic to the left. They're leaving Onslaught Citadel up. Interesting. Oh, did I play the wrong Quinjet out? This should have been free. Yeah, I totally played the wrong Quinjet out. I should have an extra 2 power here for free. Should be at 15 on the left.
I still believe in heroes.
Alright, so thoroughly rinsed on the right. Thoroughly rinsed on the left. The opponent's deck's definitely the best by a lot. Alright, anybody have any other ideas for shells we could put Mr. Fury in? We could just play him as like a good stuff card and like the Domino mid-range shell. This is Quinjet's like the low-hanging fruit. You could play him in the discard deck. I guess. I'm play Nick in the Sarah Wave deck. Why is that good? He doesn't really fit it on curve there, right? So sure, you could Wong Fury, but why is 6/6 drops useless? Or useful, I should say. Chat, we're 1 like away from 100 on our little impromptu season rollover stream. Shout out to the 99 people that did me a solid and tapped the button. Well, here there be ninjas.
Who they dig up this time?
You just want to play Fury in the Hella deck for... That's, Oh, Professor Cheese, chat.
I am Iron Man.
Okay, Shang-Chi not doing a whole lot. Go Devil, Dino, into Cable here on the left.
Oh, snap.
This is an okay spot, I think. Oh man, are we about to lose the Sif, Ghost Rider, Odin?
Defeat.
So far, Mr. Fury definitely feels like something that's probably not going to impact the metagame. Definitely feels fairly low power level compared to the other things we kind of have going on. Especially with the Collector nerf. Like, if we were living in a world where Collector was still getting +2 power per card... So my usual strategy for snapping, I snap when I think I'm going to win and it doesn't look like I'm going to win. When you think your hand is strong, but you haven't shown your opponent the strength of your hand yet, is an ideal time to snap. Can't figure out how to use more than one of the 6 drops that he generates. So you can take a look at this deck that we're playing. Quinjet into Wave into Mr. Fury lets you set up playing more than one of the 6 drops. As well as... Wave into Magic into Fury. Or Wave into Fury into Magic. Alright, they've certainly won Asgard. Well, so part of the problem with Nick, chat, is that his rate just isn't very good, right? So, like, not only are the 6s you're getting from him not super consistent, but spending 5 resources to only get 7 power is kind of below rate, right? Oh my gosh, I flipped Shadowland before Limbo. That's funny.
Escaped.
Yeah, you have to be able to make value out of getting a glut of cards, Weens. And it kind of feels like with Collector being neutered, your value out of getting a glut of cards is kind of minimal. The upside of Fury is when the opponent plays it, I now have to play around Magneto, Doctor Doom, or Arnim Zola, which is all pretty scary stuff. Yeah, but your opponent could just put those cards in their deck to begin with, right? Like, why are you suddenly playing around them with Nick Fury as opposed to, like, your opponent could just be playing them? Like, I guess the variance aspect of it specifically is something, I suppose. But, like, they could very realistically just be playing those cards, right? Like, the Domino mid-range deck I posted a highlight of the other day just plays Magneto and Doctor Doom. Oh, sorry, chat. I muted myself, Tina Cracker. You have to play 10 games at the start of the new season to unlock the rewards for that season. Someone asked for my favorite Sarah deck that doesn't involve Mr. Negative. That would be probably some Sarah Wave Odin variation. We built some decks with that on the last live stream that we did. Yeah, prospect of new cards aside, is there anything that's good into this negative Sarah deck, chat? The deck the previous opponent was playing, someone in chat sounded like they were surprised to see the opponent's deck play Rogue. Their deck is the established, known best deck in the current format. For what it's worth. Collector here on the left, I think.
Face the might of Asgard. Mjolnir.
There's Enchantress who disables ongoing at a specific location. But you have to kind of line it up exactly right. And the way their deck kind of vomits their hand on the last turn, you even kind of have to just hope that, like, you have the right priority at the end of it all.
Snap. Victory.
She's only once, and the timing has to be super, super specific. It's lovely. I'm gonna draw a 1 or a 2 here for this next turn so we can Sentinel plus something else. Nice. And even here, right? Am I even playing Fury out? I guess we might next turn to fill the hand for Double Dino. Maybe that's fine. Okay, so they should be pretty torched here, right? Yeah, because this costs what? I think this is a... what's it called? Angle? No magic angle, because our hand's going to fill to 14, right? So we're going to have 10, 15 left, 14 right, and we're going to gain 4 in the center. I think this is a spot where we're actually not supposed to snap because we're in such a dominating position. I think they bounce if we snap, but that might be a fish for 1 more cube. That's a magic from them.
A little light.
Yeah, they could have a decent hella here.
Victory.
I've had enough points everywhere that we're still able to get it across. You know what we don't have enough of anywhere though, chat? Like button presses. We got 120 of them, and we've got 160 viewers in chat. We've had 700 views on the stream. Appreciate the folks that took a second to do that. You enjoy the snap stuff. A great way to help it reach more people is to just give that little bit of engagement that the YouTube algorithm loves. Mr. Sunspot on 1. Ah, the TVA. Sentinel's actually pretty decent to the TVA. Of all the cards it could give us for free,
Opponent snapped.
sometimes RNGesus takes the wheel and drives the bus directly off a cliff, chat. Sometimes the RNG it rolls it off, and it's a quick 30-second round. That's the good stuff right there, chat. So that's the good stuff right there. Shame we're about to lose our hand to Adelan, so we can't Moon Girl. I don't understand why that would be better than just playing any other 5-drop, Steve.
I still believe in heroes.
Well, we've been beating other people playing Brews, but our games against Negative Sarah have not felt remotely competitive. Chat, Galactus only works if you play him to an empty location. We've not had an empty location in any of these games where Galactus has come up. Galactus seems terrible. Galactus seems like a really powerful build-around card. Sure, and I'm I'm just asking you to theory craft it past just saying I wonder how it might work. I'm looking to try and understand the upside. And I'm failing to see any.
Wind aid my
What's the TLDR? Dedicated Galactus deck looks a whole lot like Destroyer. I don't think that's true at all.
Iron Man.
Squad still a little light.
Like, even here, right? Like, I guess I put Nick Fury over here and hope his +7 is good enough, but he'd literally just be better as any other big statted thing, right?
Will they dig up this time?
That's fine. The bot gave us 2 free cubes.
Victory.
Yeah, so the problem with Nick is that he gives you some options, but like you have to look at what the cost of those options are, right? Like, is having random options from Mr. Fury better than being -1 power and having the flexibility of Captain Marvel, for example? Think about the comparable cards at the same mana cost. My gut instinct says no, it's not worthwhile. Yeah, I mean, Jessica Jones is like 50% more stats than Nick Fury, right? I think if you're someone who's a budget spender that's not whaling everything Marvel Snap and not looking to be a completionist, you could probably skip the Nick Fury pass with minimal buyer's remorse. I'm hard pressed to think of something that's gonna crop up to make you be like, oh man, I can't believe I didn't buy the Nick Fury pass. That is also true. If you're someone who's a low spender anyways, the Nick Fury pass still has good value for your dollar compared to spending money on just gold. Going to spend any dollar he dues at all on Marvel Snap, they should always be the pass first. What about using him in a Hella deck? How is it useful in a Hella deck? What are you doing with him in the Hella deck that ends up proving useful? Like, how are you discarding those things? I guess, like, it could potentially get you Hella proper. Do we win right here? We might win right here. I'm gonna add 8. No, we're gonna come up short still, right? The Devil then has only 14. Don't worry, I have a 3 under the Sentinel. Alright, let's try it.
Defeat.
Let's try it in Hella, chat. This deck does not feel like it was made better by playing Nick Fury. I do not feel like I think if you said, Jeff, does an optimal version of this Quinjet deck involve Nick Fury? I think my answer after playing that session is probably no. Why Fury left? I guess you're right that we couldn't, well, so I couldn't play Sentinel left. I wanted to play the most cards, but I guess that just doesn't matter. You're correct that not playing Fury left was ideal there. Alright, so what's the Hella deck look like, chat? Is this the core? Are we a Wong deck too? Need an Invisible Woman? Imagine discarding a Destroyer from Nick and resummoning it with Hella. Listen, chat. RN Jesus has already taken the wheel. Do we want Odin? Is Odin good? Wait, Wave gets you to Nick earlier. Is that useful though? I think Dracula's not great with Nick. There's so many low power 6 drops. We want more bombs in here for Hella, right? Probably just like want some 6s. We have enough discard. I have Blade, Lady Sif, Swordmaster, Hellcow. That's 4. Magneto, Giganto. I guess, do we want Wave for just the flexibility to cast our stuff? Honestly, is Morbius good? Yeah, Morbius probably just isn't good, right? Because, like, it's probably only gonna be like 4 to 6 power per game, if that. Is Black Cat actually good? Just like a random extra 6 power? I'm not sure that that's the case. You can try it, I guess, but I've always been underwhelmed when I played against that effect. Oh, you know what? Some people play Death in this deck, so that way you can Lady Sif on turn 2 if you have Hela in your hand. It's kinda nice. I do have this wonderful death variant. Now we're a real show and tell deck, chat. Our combo's uncastable. Oh, it feels wrong to not be playing Magic. Yeah, that's probably accurate. Should probably just be playing Magic. It gives us more chances to find Hela. Actually never lucky. Okay, chat, we lost the last 1 in 3. Oh, wait, it's not even a gamble, because Lady Sif is guaranteed to discard death. Literally just like we drew it up.
Who they dig up this time?
Opponent snapped. Defeat.
All right, we got played. We should have played center to play around Arrow. They got me. We've been cheese, chat. Arrow is not a card you see a lot of. It definitely was not on my radar to play around. Should have been. If there's one thing I can depend on, it's the live stream chat letting me know that they have the hindsight to play around the thing that I just messed up. I would say never change live chat, but please change. the Electro here into the sunspot. It's a nice one. A lot of hulks, shit. A lot of hulks. You can play whatever 6 drops you want, shit. Hella is not replaceable, obviously.
Squad's still a little light.
Can Fury give you cards that are already in your deck? Yes. I remember what I discarded, but we discarded 2. Someday we'll be able to click on this discarded 2 and look and see what's left. Today is not that day. We discarded Nick Fury and Swordmaster. Yeah, those are solid flip-ups. Alright, I'm gonna snap. Don't Shang-Chi me. Baby Shrek, get wrecked.
I still believe in heroes.
Thanks, leader. It would be a damn shame if my deck had synergy that you lack. Enjoy. It's for the cubes. Will the discard from Swordmaster get rolled by Hela? It will not. Only if you were to say Odin her after the fact. God, the bots are dumb. Evening, Michael. Finest 15 power. 15 power 4 drops, please. Alright, let's draw a copy of Hella here on the last turn. 1 and 4. How am I liking Fury? It seems like easily the worst season pass card so far.
Will they dig up this time?
Still good at beating bots though.
Victory.
Still capable of beating bots. Yes. Yeah, that's honestly the case of this deck that we're currently playing. Fury's probably worse than just playing Magic. It's a very pointed, likely comparison. And had that copy of Nick Fury been Hella. Or had that copy of Nick Fury been Magic, we'd have been an extra draw at Hella. I don't think it's fair to compare it to the literal best card in the game. I think comparing the card to something that it plays on curve against is completely fair. Hey, nice Don. Yeah, Widow's a good one. Gianto to the left. And we'll slide to the right. 2 hops this time. You know what? Electro is a legitimately good Nick Fury suggestion, huh? Because Electro on 3 lets you Fury on 4 and then play his 6 drops on 5, 6 afterwards, right? Can we build that?
Oh, snap.
Let's finish this game and let's build that. Fury has not felt particularly exciting here. And I had been meaning to play Electro along with Lockjaw. So maybe we could do that. Maybe we could also do that. Look at that, Chad. It's a sign. Who's a good boy? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All right, chat. I know this is your favorite part of these types of streams. What other bad cards are we playing? Here's my. I may switch scenes here real quick. So here's our 3 to start. What else do we want to do? I actually think Viper plus Electro is kind of bad. Sunspot is an Electro staple. Yeah, I'd buy that for $1. Infinite. He's okay. Fury is honestly garbage. There's a chance that Fury is garbage. We're gonna throw a few more noodles at the wall here before we admit defeat, though. It's not even 1 a.m. chat. Yeah, we got a little bit of time. We want Wave. Do we want Wave? I don't know that I believe Viper is good, chat. I guess Hood is cute with Lockjaw and also cute with Viper. That's true. It's cute until Lockjaw decides to be a bad dog and give us Hood. Yeah, that's true. Hood is bad with Electro. It is accurate. All right, I'm off it. I'm off it. Do we really need to get rid of Electro, or could I just like play some other 5s and 6 drops so that way if it's out and we can't play another card, it's not a big deal? Doc Ock and Shang-Chi are not really cards I want to flip into at random, chat. Domino is not great because it means I'm less likely to have Lockjaw and Electro. I don't hate Chavez. Chavez makes us more likely to have our key cards. We don't mind flipping into her. No, there was no patch, just a season rollover. The patch is a couple weeks out at a minimum, according to Ben Brood. So, I actually like Vision more than Captain Marvel in a deck with Lockjaw, because Vision we can slide out of the Lockjaw lane. So you can play more things out to it. What about some stuff that's good to play into Lockjaw other than Jubilee? What if we play like Wave and what if we play like Odin and White Tiger? Is that unreasonable? Do I want Wasp? Wasp is pretty bad with Electro. I feel like if I potentially wanted Wasp, I'd rather just play Thor plus Jane, right? I like Black Widow. We could do Widow Wave Odin combo. Like we talked about in the combo video. That gets us most of the way there. Yeah, I kind of like White Tiger. She works with Lockjaw and Odin, and she's a 5-drop we can play on turn 4 off of Electro. Let's split White Tiger and see what we get.
Infinity.
Sandman counters most top meta decks. By most, you mean the one meta deck? Card game players are so weird about just like being direct and saying what they mean. Do I hold her for post Lockjaw? I think I do. Super rewarded. I actually kind of like that suggestion. Enchantress is a way to have counterplay against opposing Iron Men while also being a card that turns off our Electro. I think the Death Wave deck is trash, and Sandman isn't really good against Tella.
Escaped.
Poor Lockjaw. He never got a chance to be a good boy. Part of the problem with people who are standing Sandman in the chat right now is simply the fact that if you Sandman after you Electro, you spent 3 mana to get 2 power, and then you spent 4 mana to get 1 power, and then you're limited to 1 play a turn for the rest of your last couple of turns after already getting yourself behind on board. The tough part about leveraging a card like Sandman efficiently is the fact that, well, that was quite the gambit from our opponent, chat. Quite the gambit. Yeah, you lose a lot of tempo. Let's add 9 power to the left. Rough.
Defeat.
To our second split on our gorgeous Jubilee variant. Is Cosmo the best card in the game? No, because it's symmetrical. Cosmo's good against a lot of things, which means you can't play it in a lot of things, because it's also good against you. A good replacement for Wave. No, I agree with the comment in chat that in general, Waves isn't really a replaceable card. In some decks, Psylocke can have a similar-ish effect, but it's still not close. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Wave and Magic are pretty mechanically unique cards that in general are difficult to impossible to replace. Yeah, well, that was the first thing we built tonight, Grandpa. You can watch back the start of the stream to watch it fail. I mean, see how it plays out. We did just wave the Widow's Bite, which was nice. It's a true skill game. Yeah, we're definitely in Spectrum territory here, right? So we just like Mr. Fury in the middle, soak an extra energy here. And then we're gonna lose left because they have a Widow's Bite to play out. So we'll lose left because each of these will get +4. We'll tie here. They'll have 10 in the middle. We'll lose here.
Escape.
We're not winning left. They have 2 Widow's Bites in their hand. Alright, chat. I think I got like 2 or 3 more losses in me. If you appreciate the fact that I lit $10 on fire for you all this evening to let you see that Nick Fury is garbage, you can repay me in kind by tapping the like button on this video stream. Shout out to the 147 people that took a second out of their evening to do that.
I wouldn't
Okay, so we deploy the goodest boy into Carmitage. Then we deploy Electro there next turn. Why do I think the Death Wave deck is bad? Because the total payoff that the Death Wave deck achieves is not proportional to the level of inconsistency it has in terms of the number of things that have to go right for it. Yeah, I think to have some crap deck is great. No joke.
Wrong place, buddy.
Oh, I should do this in the other order so I don't put Electro back out by mistake. This is bad. I should have Black Widowed into Electro because this Widow could flip Electro back out from Lockjaw and then I only get to play one card next turn. Which is a big deal. Fucked up. That's so sad. So, we should have had 10 mana. We should have had 10 mana and as many plays as we wanted this turn. And it's fine. The bar with no name screws our White Tiger anyways. But I definitely messed that up.
Escape.
I really wish we could get a patch sooner rather than later so they could fix the Onslaught Wong bug. Because I'd really like to dick around with Onslaught Wong combo decks with Mystique and stuff, but the fact that that interaction is like super buggy at the moment means we just can't. Yeah, I think Nick Fury probably needs to cost 4 mana. Like if Nick Fury was statted like White Queen, like a 4 mana 6 power card, I think he's probably playable. But as of right now, I'm leaning towards this will probably be the first and only time we play Nick Fury. Until something else changes. Evening, Kevin. Catch us at the end of a late one. Yeah, I just don't enjoy playing with Weird World, so I don't do it. I don't like it, so I don't play it. I will say Lockjaw plus Electro seems sweet. They have yet to change the card text on a Season Pass card. That is accurate. It's just not good, Grandpa. Eyebrows, we did that before this one too. It's all bad. It just doesn't. He's 5 mana for a 7 power card. It's just not good. You're much better off just playing a 6-drop that you actually want to be playing rather than playing Nick Fury and getting random crap. Would an Odin have been better to the left? Yeah, maybe. But now I get to do that this turn? Nah, I think Electro is better, because then I get to Odin this turn. And we still cut them off a draw. Alright, we'll snap the bot at this point.
Opponent snapped.
The season pass cards have gotten worse over time. I mean, not every card can be wave, right?
Victory.
Yeah, if anything, I think I disagree with that statement, thinking about the order. Because I think if you're like, Jeff, rate the power level. Well, there's 4 data points actually, right? There's Wave, there's Thor, there's Daredevil, there's Nick Fury. And if you ask me to rate those, Wave's at the top, obviously. I think Daredevil's second, and then Thor, and then Nick now. And Thor, Daredevil came after Thor. So they've released in power level order of 1, 3, 2, 4. So they're not just getting worse over time, no. All right, are we competing in the Angela path? Yeah, probably. I don't really want to Lockjaw into Atlantis. We have Lockjaw into Jubilee into Tiger here as a solid curve. I mean, like, also to be clear, chat, I don't think Fury's core design is bad, and he's definitely a card that's just like a couple of numbers off of being perfectly okay, right? Wrong guy into the Citadel. Lecture on my sunspots, a rough one.
Squad still a little light.
Hey, we're just torched, right? It's just like actually the worst thing we could have happen because it meant we didn't draw our Chavez this turn. I guess drawing Chavez doesn't mean we win either. All right, chat. I think I'm gonna call it a night on our brew session. We've been at it for over 2 hours, and Mr. Fury is gonna make some people angry after they spend some money on him, so he's appropriately named, I think. Yeah, I think to give like pointed, constructed thoughts on Mr. Fury. I think it's just tough for a 5-drop with a weak stat line like this to be competitive, especially when you have to do work to make the payoff happen. Like, just playing one of the 6 drops he generates at random is, generally speaking, much worse than just having him be whatever good 6 drop you want in your deck. Like, maybe if we were still living in a world where this card added 6 power to Collector, it could be good enough, because then you'd be getting 13 power from Nick Fury for 5 mana, and that could be good. But what he offers for his mana cost and his stats just doesn't seem worthwhile at the moment. And maybe there's some other cards in the pipeline that are gonna hit that'll make him seem reasonable. But if you missed any of this, we played Nick Fury with Quinjet to start. We tried it with Hela a little bit. We tried it with Electro, with Lockjaw there, and it just seems really, really clunky. Is the TLDR. Shout out to the almost 200 people that tapped the like button over the course of the stream. Shout out to our 3 new channel members for helping me do this as my job here. Appreciate the support. Looking forward to doing more Marvel Snap stuff as we get more card releases in the future. Everybody enjoy the rest of your evening or morning or whatever time of day it is, wherever you're at. I'll see you around again in the future real soon.